So I'm back for part 2 of the Gundam SEED Destiny review, which covers the second half of the series. So let's get into it. So Lacus and Andrew go into space to meet the crew of the Eternal for unexplained reasons. The Minerva, meanwhile, is attacked by Orb and the Earth forces. Athrun gets wrecked by Kira, and Aul dies with nobody giving a shit because he didn't really do anything of great importance. He didn't show up enough for us to care about his character, and he has no impact on the story at all. His whole character was just based on him wanting to destroy everything. Teruka gets killed by Shinn, and it's sad because he helped him. Again, no one really cares that much. The problem with the amount of characters in this show is that there's no time to develop them or care about them. Anyway, after the battle, Shinn goes to Stella and is by her side to make sure she's okay. Apparently without her normal drug she's gonna die and ZAFT doesn't give a fuck. Shinn gives a fuck, so he goes to return her to Neo. Just like the first series, when Kira delivered Lacus to Athrun. Seriously, this whole show is just reusing plot elements from its predecessor. So Neo promises Shinn that he will take Stella to the world of kindness, away from war. So he proceeds to break his promise, so she can pilot this big-ass Gundam known as the Destroy. This is the exact opposite of the promise that he made Shinn. And these scenes literally happen right after each other. Stella goes on to destroy Berlin and 3 cities. Shinn goes in to try to stop her by talking to her, and Kira goes in. Kira kills her because she would fucking destroy everything, and Shinn is butthurt about this and wants revenge. Bitch, Kira had no choice. It's either her or everybody in the damn city. Oh, and Kira effortlessly takes down Neo Roanoke and has him conveniently land in front of the Archangel for Ramius to pick him up. And Kira somehow instantly knows it's Mulaflaga. Oh yeah, it's Mulaflaga. The viewer knows who he is since they spoil his identity in the damn opening theme. His getting captured and put on the Archangel was so half-assed, and I can tell the writers struggled to find a way to get Neo on the ship. His character also suddenly becomes sarcastic after the mask comes off. He didn't show any sign of snarkiness and sarcasm while the mask was on. Oh, and also, how the fuck did he survive getting blown to smithereens? It's not explained to the viewer, and the viewer is just supposed to accept the fact that he lived. Holy shit, the second half so far is much worse than the first half. So Shinn researches how to defeat the Freedom by watching old episodes of Gundam SEED Destiny. Those DVDs are pretty rare since Bandai Entertainment dropped their anime licenses. Shinn did a good job of getting them. Athrun is pissed because Kira is his friend, and Shinn doesn't give a fuck. At this point, Ray starts to have more of a role as a mindless sheep who dick rides Durandal. So he's like, yes, destroy the Freedom, Shinn, and suck my... The Minerva is ordered to destroy the Archangel, and the Archangel fakes its destruction. The Freedom and the Impulse fight, and the Impulse wins. Yes, I know this battle is bullshit because Kira should have won. There are posts and videos everywhere explaining why the battle is bullshit, so just go watch those. I guess it was an excuse for Athrun to get pissed off, and for Kira to get a new Gundam. Oh, and Kira lives, and this is explained in less than an episode. This removes any sense of urgency that any previous characters in SEED have. Seriously, after this we know for a fact that any character that was in SEED will not die in this series. No matter how insane the situation, the characters will find some way to live. And that is a huge reason why SEED was more entertaining, because we actually knew that no character was entirely safe in that show. In Destiny, we know that most of the characters have character shields. This is why people call Kira Jesus Yamato. But anyway, Athrun hit Shinn, and I cheered him on as he did this. So Athrun is finally starting to understand how fucked up ZAFT is. It was the supposed destruction of his best friend that caused this. Took you long enough, Athrun, jeez. So Durandal makes an announcement revealing that Logos is the problem, and that they need to kill them to end the war. The Archangel thinks his speech is fucked up even though he really isn't wrong. They kinda instigated this war by using fucking nukes. Anyway, Athrun and Shinn are introduced to the Destiny and the Legend Gundams. Athrun tells Durandal to go fuck himself. Durandal's feelings are hurt, so he and Ray plot to have him killed. Athrun escapes ZAFT with the help of Mayrin, who finally has a role, I guess. Shinn kills them after being manipulated by Ray, again. So for the rest of the series, Shinn is pretty much being deceived by Ray and Durandal and does not think for himself ever. Luna Maria is upset when she thinks her sister was killed. This causes her and Shinn to become romantically involved, despite having no lines other than Luna Maria explaining the plot to him. Shinn got over Stella pretty fast, just like all teenagers in relationships. Oh, and since Athrun has a character shield, he and Mayrin live with no explanation. They are on the Archangel, and Kira instantly forgives him. So him rejoining ZAFT was kind of pointless, I guess. So ZAFT goes on to destroy Heaven's Base, where the Earth Forces and Logos are said to be. Oh, and Shinn kills Sting, who is in Destroy Gundam. Go back to the start of the video for my opinions on Aul, and apply them to Sting this time. Jibril escapes to Orb before the base surrenders. Kira gets this base to save Lacus, who was in no real danger because she was in the previous series. And then he gets an even more OP Gundam known as the Strike Freedom. ZAFT attacks Orb because Jibril is there, and Kigali is given a new mobile suit, the Akatsuki. The Akatsuki was left behind from her father. Don't know why it wasn't given to her during the first war, but okay. So she pilots it to retake Orb. This is the first and only time she pilots this machine meant for her. Afterwards, she gives it to Mu. Oh yeah, so just like Diarca in the first series, Mu is free to go, but rejoins the Archangel to help him out. Just like the first series, just like the first series, just like the first series, just like the first series. Kigali has Yuna arrested for treason because they let a fucking maniac stay there, and Kigali proceeds to lose to Shinn and her new machine. Kigali has become a literal princess in this story. Kira comes to her rescue and battles Shinn. And Atherin gets a new machine too and helps Kira. Just like the first fucking series. So Jabril fucks off again. Yuna and his dad die in the most hilarious ways ever, and Durandal has the fake Lacus make an announcement, only to be interrupted by the real one. But anyway, Jabril escapes to space to fire the Requiem, destroying parts of the plants. Luna Maria goes in the Impulse and destroys it, and Jabril gets killed in the most hilarious way ever. Seriously, they gave all the characters we weren't supposed to like such hilarious deaths. So everyone goes to space again. Kigali stays in orbit because the writers hate her, voice actress or something. And the Archangel crew has fun clothes shopping times, I guess. They meet with Mir, who sacrifices herself to save Lacus. Mir is sorry to break it to you, but Lacus probably would have lived since she was in the last series. You clearly did not read the Bible of Jesus Yamato. So Durandal puts his Destiny plan in action, where everyone gets assigned the task they were meant to fill. Apparently the people who refused this plan were meant to get annihilated by the Requiem, which he fixed. Also, the Genesis from SEED makes an appearance, just like the first series. So Durandal kills the Atlantic Federation president because he was basically just a puppet. The Archangel, the Eternal, and the Kusanagi... Oh, wait. No, it's just the Archangel and the Eternal. Remember, the writers hate Kigali now for some reason. Izak and Diarca, who have barely been in this series, help them out to destroy the new Genesis weapon. Kira and Rei fight. Rei hates Kira because he killed Rao. Kira tells Rei, who is just a clone like Rao, that he should live his own life. Kira beats Rei with no effort. Atherin then beats Lunamari and Shinn with no effort too. Oh. So I guess Kira is the main character. Anyway, Kira encounters Durandal and Rei shoots him. Talia stays with Durandal and Rei. They all get crushed and all the main characters are fine. Shinn and Lunamaria cry because really, what else are they good for? Then there's the plus story where we see that everyone is happy and shit. Kira and Shinn become besties and I guess Atherin and Kigali never get back together. It really isn't explained. Anyway, that's Gundam SEED Destiny. What a shit show. Everything was pretty much reused from SEED. There was no real urgency. Too many recap episodes. And you can tell there were some major changes made during the second half. There's a lot of rumors going around why they made these changes, and what happened, and what the original idea was, but it's pretty easy to tell. Shinn was supposed to be the main character for the whole thing, but they switched it to Kira halfway through. Kigali was probably supposed to have more of a role with the Akatsuki, but she gave it to Mu instead. Oh, and Mu somehow remembers everything as past, and this time survives after getting blasted in the same way he did in the last series. But yeah, this show shouldn't have existed. They should have just left it alone after SEED, because this just ruins everything SEED established. And a bunch of these characters come out of fucking nowhere to just cause conflict. I like the music, I guess. I can honestly say I like the openings and endings more than I did in SEED. Wings of Words is my shit. But yeah, fuck this series, I'm done. I don't want to review anything related to SEED again. I hope the director didn't make anything else after this. Oh, wait, he did. Well, I gotta check this train wreck out.